Peace and good afternoon, family. This is Dr. D from Mastery Beyond Boundaries. I've been kind of quiet about the current situation in dealing with this scamdemic, as I call it. One of the reasons is because I have learned that no matter what you say sometimes, or no matter how you weigh in on certain ideas, ideals, whether you bring actual facts or not, belief in people many times are much more stronger than facts. And whatever a person has believes in or has brought into will carry them and will satisfy them. But it's time out now for me to be quiet. I've sent out different things on Facebook as far as herbs and minerals and what individuals can actually take when it comes to their immune system. And not because of the coronavirus or whatever they want to call it, but because it's necessary for us to have these things anyway so that we can keep our immune system built up. I also sent it out because I want us to take a good look at what's happening to those who go to the hospitals. Okay, the threat itself is real, but it's not in the way that we think. If you take care of yourself, if you take care of your body, your immune system, if you are eating the proper things, then you're not going to have to worry about the majority of these things, especially if you stay away from the hospital. If you do your research, most of the individuals that are getting sick and even those who are dying have gone to the hospital or the clinic first. Okay? The threat is within the vaccine. Okay? It's not in the air. It's not floating around in the air. Someone comes in your face, you're not going to contract anything. Someone touches your hand, you're not going to contract anything. It is in the vaccine. Okay? Now, there's another level to this as well, which hasn't reached everywhere, especially places down south, which is the 5G or the 5 gigahertz, the radiation, the radioactive waves, and what have you that can affect your body as well. But for right now, for those who are up north and down south, and I'm speaking primarily to my community because something just came out of late with all of the rest of the lies and fake news that's been put out there. Trump, Fauci, Dr. Fauci, and others have put out fake information about the black community being more susceptible to carrying this so-called virus. That is an utter and complete lie. It is not the first time that something was brought out like this against the black community. Back in the 1600s, 16 and 1700s, it was said that black people had small brains and large genitalia. It was said that our skin was extremely thick, and that's why we weren't affected by the sun. They brought out all kinds of different myths about the black race and about our immune system. It was also said that our lungs were weaker than all the other races, and as long as we were kept in the field to work, our lungs would build up and be greater and have more capacity, which is foolishness. So now they're coming out today, along with other things in the recent past. Now the black community is more susceptible to carrying a certain virus, okay? And we are in imminent danger. It's a lie. It's a lie, family, okay? They used to use the preacher to get to you, and I'm talking about you, my black brothers and sisters. They used to use the black preacher, especially during the days where we didn't have the internet. We didn't have texting capabilities or Instagram or Twitter. They used to use the preacher because the preacher was known to have the most information out of anybody in our black community. So when we went to church, we would listen to whatever the preacher said and would go by the information that he or she gave us. Now, that's not working. So what do? They sick black celebrities on us, okay? Puff Daddy, you need to stop your foolishness, all right? With all the things you're putting up about the coronavirus and continuing to do what they've asked you to do, which is scare the black community. Okay, Van Jones, you, the same thing. That black politician talking about we need to listen to Trump and to Fossey because they know what they're talking about. That's bull. And I really want to say some other things, but I'm striving to stay respectful while I'm on here. But it's bull. All right. It is fear mongering. It is getting you to believe things that do not exist. There were several things that were said. First, it was China. Okay. Trump had negative things to say about China and about people from China. Then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, he comes back and says people from China are his friends, and they are some of the hardest working people in the country. Okay, so many other different things have been said back and forth, and if you just sit back and think, use your critical thinking and your critical listening skills, you will hear all of the contradictions that have come across the airways over this last month, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I'm coming on here because I really want you, my black family, to begin to just use your brain. Stop allowing people to say anything to you and you believe it. Stop listening to your enemy. When in the world has anybody, and I have to be real at this point, anybody in the governmental administrations or anybody who looks like Trump, when have they ever done anything to truly help the black community? You think about it. So why in the world are they going to try to warn you about something? When have you ever asked for anything and these administrations have given it to you? When have they given to you the fact that they're not going to gun down any more of our young men and boys and even our females now? When have they ever given that to you? Listen to your cries. When have they ever given you what you've been owed for over 500 years of oppression? Have they listened? No. What have they actually done for you? So why would you go and listen to individuals who have set themselves up as your enemy? Why go to your enemy and listen to anything that they have to say? Why not use your God-given senses to be able to tell when somebody's lying to you or telling the truth? There's a wonderful passage in scripture that says that God does not give the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. In the definition of a sound mind is critical thinking. In the definition of a sound mind is reasoning. In the definition of a sound mind is intelligence. In the definition of a sound mind is weighing what's been said against facts and what you inherently know. Don't allow them to cause panic within you and panic within your family. Fear, anxiety will kill you quicker than any virus can. Stress will kill you quicker. High blood pressure from you being scared and angry and everything else, worrying about your family members, worrying about yourself, being scared to go outside. Those things will kill you quicker than anything that they can pump inside of you. But I'm telling you now, get yourselves together. They're sending black celebrities to you because they already know that they can't send a preacher to you. We don't really believe in the preachers anymore like that. We don't listen to them like we used to. They are not the only avenue for information anymore. So now they send who they know that you watch on television and you believe in as if they're your friends and you know them personally. So they get on YouTube and everywhere else and they start telling you, oh, we're scared, I'm nervous. As P. Diddy said, or Puff Daddy, or whatever he calls himself today. All right. I'm scared and I'm nervous. That's why I'm acting like this. Please forgive me. Then he brings on Van Jones. Van Jones begins to step and fetch. Then they bring on the black female politician, and she begins to be the full-blown house nigga, telling you to listen to somebody who does not have your best interests at heart. We have to wake up. The things that they've been telling you to do as far as washing your hands, using hand sanitizer, keeping water and food in your house, make sure you have toilet paper and paper towels, make sure that it's things you should have already been doing in the first place. You should have been washing your butt thoroughly and your hands and everything else thoroughly in the first place. Who has to tell you to use hand sanitizer? Who should have to tell you that? Who should have to tell you that you need food in your home so your family don't go hungry? Who should have to tell you that you need to stock up on canned goods and things of that nature just for a rainy day? Who should have to tell you that? We have to use our critical thinking. Another thing, look at when they came out with this scamdemic. They came out with it mid to end of February into March. Which season are we in? Family, we are in the allergy and hay fever season. The same symptoms that they're telling you that this scamdemic will give you are the same symptoms that you get with hay fever and allergies. Itchy and watery eyes, runny nose, okay, itchy throat, sneezing, coughing, the same symptoms. So is it a coincidence that they came out during this time, during this season with this? No, listen, it is not a coincidence. Let me tell you why. Because if it's the same symptoms, when you start sneezing, especially those who are ignorant, and I mean those who just do not know, and they believe whatever blows in the wind, when you start sneezing and coughing, and they've already put the scamdemic out, the first thing you're going to believe is that you getting the symptoms that they're talking about, and you're going to rush your behind to the hospital or to the clinic, and that's when they're going to inoculate you. And you think you had problems when you were sneezing and coughing. They're also getting ready to come out with mandatory vaccinations before you go back to work, mom and dad and adults, and before your children go back to school. I'm telling you now, don't get it. Don't get it. Don't do it. It's time out for us being slaves. It's time out for us having that slave mentality. It's time out for us listening to everything that this administration puts out. You still thinking somebody's going to do something for you when they've shown you that they don't give a damn about you for 500 years or more, and you still do the same thing year after year, hoping it's going to get better, hoping and praying it's going to get better. Eyes got shoes, shoes got shoes. All God's children got shoes. When I get to heaven, I'm going to put on my shoes. I'm going to walk all over God's heaven. You still have that same slave mentality. The same thing each and every single year, day in and day out. It's time for us to wake up, family. Get your herbs, get your minerals, get your teas, get your amino acids. Take care of yourself. But don't fall for any more of this foolishness. And you black celebrities that's been used to push all of these agendas against your own people, you not only need to be ashamed of yourself, but you really need to go somewhere and sit down and stop the foolishness. I wanted to say something else, but I'm striving my best during this video to be as respectful as possible because I want you all really to hear the message. Family, I'm telling you, it's not what you think it is. This is an all-out attack on society, and it's also an all-out attack now on the black community. Can they get rid of us? No, they can't. Can they afford to get rid of us? No, they can't, because within us is the cure for all diseases. Do you know who you are? Do you know that you are a carbon being? The Caucasian is a carbon-based being. Do you understand that you were made from the very dust that comes from stars? Do you understand who you are? Do you understand the reason why they harvest your organs and try to get your blood is because they need it to cure other diseases, real things that are taking place? So they can't afford to get rid of us. But what they can afford to do is to cause panic and fear and anxiety so they can get rid of the numbers that they want to try to get rid of. They've been doing this for centuries, and you need to see it. Please stop allowing them to tell you anything. I'm going to be very, very honest with you. Many of you, you Masons out there that are caught up with this, I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you, you preachers. You pastors, the ones that are caught up in this too, and you running around panicking more than the daggone congregation. I'm ashamed of you. I'm talking about within our community. You individuals that talk strong all throughout the year, every day, and now you hiding in your house with 2 and 3 masks on. Some of y'all done went out and got masks with daggone filters in them. Running around with gloves on. Some wearing the same damn gloves every day. What kind of sense does that make if you're trying to stop something? Come on, family. Stop it. Those of you who are supposed to be elevated in consciousness, elevated in being awakened, elevated in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you fall and prey to this foolishness. Stay away from the hospitals, family. Stay away from these fools that are bringing you lies and deception. Stay away from these celebrities that are brought, that have already been brought and sold. The ones that look like you, those are the only ones they're going to send to you. Okay? Because they know that you feel like you don't have any hope, so you're going to listen to whatever. Stay away from them. They've been brought and sold. And if they don't relay this information to you, they're going to lose everything that they have. Think for yourself. God has given you power, He's given you love, and He's given you a sound mind. Come on, family. This is the time to pull together. This is the time to pool your resources, your money. This is the time to spend time with your family, get a tighter bond, all right? But then make some things happen. It's a whole lot I'm not going to say on here. But I'm telling you, I'm hoping you're getting the message. Now is the time. It's opportunity. There's no obligation for you to listen to these folk, but there is opportunity for you to do many of the things for you and your family that you can. Begin to hook up with individuals in your community, family. Begin to hook up with other resources and bring them together and show them who you are. Show them that you have more power than they ever thought. Show them that they can't run you around scared and panicking with a whole lot of anxiety. And then you run right back to them for a cure like they're going to give it to you. Show them what we're made of. Show them who we are. Many of them already know, but do you? But show them the power that when we do come together and stand against foolishness, what it can do. Start with yourself. Then give it to your family. And then spread it in the communities. This stuff is not what you think it is, family. Use your brain. Think for a second. Stop panicking for 1 minute and just think. Stop being a slave. You're not sheep. You're not dumb. You may be ignorant on some things. That just means you don't know. There's nothing wrong with that. Why not go find out? Why not do research? And if you don't know how, why not get with somebody who knows how and that can help you? Some of y'all running around here right now talking about the world is coming to an end, the rapture is coming, this, that, and other. It's exhausting. It really is. But I love you. And as much as I say, I'm not going to say anything anymore. I'm not, I'm tired. I can't stop. I love you. I love you. And I want to see the best for you. And because of my purpose in this life, I am a healer. I am a healer mentally, physically, spiritually. I am a healer when it comes to information. I am a healer. That's what I do. That's who I am. So I can't stop. Every time I say I'm going to, can't help it. I start again. And I'm okay with that. But I just want us to put on our thinking caps, listen to what's being said, and be able to reason and to weigh the things against what's being done. Family, we're not stupid. And it's time out for us being ignorant about everything. We're not a stupid people. We are very intelligent people. We are people who have carried this entire nation and this world on our backs. So let's show them who we are. I love you, family. Peace.